Oh boy, this is a pile. Oh man, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Okay, so we're here with Neriv, Heart of the Storm, 4 mana 4/5, flying. If a creature you control that entered this turn would deal damage, it deals twice that much damage. So, obviously, haste threats are the big deal here, right? You play this, and then ideally it doesn't die somehow, and then you untap and then play something that also doesn't die somehow when you go to attack, and that thing will have double damage. And if it has double strike, it deals a lot of damage, but there's not a lot of hasting double striking nonsense out there. So, haste is going to be good enough. So, you can run one very notable card that I don't own is Fury. You could just double Fury's damage output. Fury is a good card early. It's actually doing things later in the game with this, so I could probably sprinkle Fury in here, but again, I don't own it, so the idea is to just play things like that enter and deal damage, like Flage, or just anything with haste that hits your opponent for a lot of damage. If you make this, if you give this haste, you can basically one-shot your opponent with just buffing it with one attack, and that's hilarious to me. There's some ways of doing that. There's a lot of haste enablers, but not a lot of extreme damage increase with the haste. I think the best card ever is like maybe this, Rising of the Day, and Mass Hysteria? Now, this is symmetrical, so I don't have much of a reason to play it early, but that's probably just fine. I don't really think I have to play it early. This is a 4-mana commander, so I'm running Mana Rocks on 2. I hate that, actually, a lot. I really think that's probably the weakest point of this deck is trying to actually cast it. But you gotta try, right? You gotta try. So there's some other interesting cards, like a Johnny's just always good, so I should just do that. This does enter, like it leaves and comes back, so it is just flying 6 damage, right? With your commander in play, and I think that's interesting. I don't know how I feel about Bloodghast, because I'm not sure how many times I'm smacking my opponent to where they're at 10 or less and not simply dead, right? Oh, I hit you for 20 or something. I hit you for 20. You're at 5. And then even if I get this back, there's a lot of board states where this is completely useless. So I really don't know about Bloodghast, but we'll see. And yeah, haste enablers, hasting threats, random stuff that fills in those gaps. Not really a lot of removal. Probably want some more, but we're all in. Send it. Yep, well, that would have been absolutely phenomenal to play last turn. But of course I didn't draw it. One has Buried Ruin. Alright, we finally dealt 6. It only took 30 minutes. Wow, my opponent doesn't even care about me to the point where they're just not even blocking. It's actually insane. Actually insane. Why does it... Oh, there's dragon. There's dragon. Okay. Almost didn't see it. So I play this. It doesn't do anything. I play this. And then I do this, right? And I could do it again for 10, 11, 12, 13. I should probably do it again. Probably don't have a choice here, yeah. I feel like it's still just completely insane my opponent swung with that 2-2. Like, I don't know what the idea is there, but it most assuredly worked out for me in a lot of ways. So very strange. I think it's a little too late to deal with the sneak attack, but I suppose there's no more damage to be done. Are they dead? No, not quite. Oh wait, are they dead? Hold on. Did my opponent, like, lose a game that I don't think they should have lost here? I feel like that's sort of what just happened. Yeah, they only have one flying blocker. They're... Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Never mind. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I played the wrong creature. Okay, I played the wrong creature. I mean, whoops. I played the wrong creature. I'm sorry. I was sitting there staring at it like, why? I played the wrong creature. Oh, no. God, I played the wrong creature. Alright, well. Whoops. Sometimes you make mistakes. Can you do this on your turn? No. Alright, well, maybe we're still fine? Never punished? I think we might be never punished? I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking about. Get rid of the Mind Stone? Okay, so it's a 3? Yeah, it's a 3. What do you get here that's at 3? Okay, they copied this thing for no reason. Very strange. Alright. We got bailed out. Yeah, I thought I played Flage the last turn, and then when the 4/4 entered, I'm staring at it like, wait a minute. So, yeah. I haven't played Urbrass Forge yet. Game is not letting me pass. That was weird. Am I playing Tessa or am I playing the enchantment creature? I should probably play the enchantment creature here. Although Tessa is probably just better in the long run, so maybe I do that. Narset's actually unusual. It's like really weird. Maybe it isn't. I feel like it is though. I feel like this is really weird. Okay, well they don't have double black, so that damnation not really doing anything. Not that they have any strong reason to cast it there, to be honest with you. So let's play this, I think. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we're not casting Damnation. Suppose I'll take that. Also, they changed it. You can't see what your opponent chooses anymore. At least I'm pretty sure that's how it... Yeah, they changed it. You can't see. I mean, it's probably pretty obvious what they take, but still. Okay, well, we don't draw a land, so I mean, if either this works, so the game is just over. Doesn't work because, let's be real, why would it? I can push damage here. Why make him better? I don't think he was good at all. I think they needed to do something. They at least had to hide the card you choose, because otherwise it was like really stupid and pointless. They like had to do something about it, so I'm fine with this. I feel like I could play it now and not feel bad. Alright, yeah, they didn't have double black, but Damnation wasn't really getting through the two annoying token generators. So we just kind of got there. But yeah, Skrelv does make things unblockable if you choose a color. And yeah, you can't see what the secret decision is anymore. This cost... It used to cost 5? Or was it always 4? I can't remember. But yeah, it's got flash now and stuff, so... I like what they did with this. This is actually the first time I've played against it since it got changed. That is a Dross Spellbomb. Alright, that's neat. So we're gonna go ahead and get our Triome. No, you could. Yeah, you could. It would get... The card would go white in the graveyard. That's how I beat it that one game I'll never forget. It's because for some reason you just know the card. I don't know why they made it that way, but... And then they changed it. They changed it because of the new card that came out that does a secret choice. I can't remember the name of that card, though. But there was a different card that did something similar. So, I'm going to play this and this, actually. This sets me up for the future better. Now all of my threats have just haste with 1 mana, essentially. Yeah, it's not a change to the bug fix? Yeah, I suppose so. Alright, well I like to see that. My opponent can easily function on how much mana they currently have, so I don't feel too bad about that. I mean, they are a Lurrus deck that just sort of casts 1 and 2s. That's their entire deck. Actually, I think my Lurrus deck had like 30 lands. Because, yeah. Alright, well, maybe not 2 turns in a row here. Could be a little bit difficult, especially without leaving up removal. Just trying to find a land. Wait, this is also weird. Target creature... Wait, target creature doesn't untap... Oh, no, that's actually kind of... Huh. It's actually kind of cool here. It's actually not bad. So, it stops him from dying to this, but I'm still going to cast it. Because that's very funny. My opponent has to crack the sleeper dart. If this Skittles kills him. Oh, the Skittles with haste. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Yes. Yes. Maybe they're not aware Sleeper Dart exists, and they're just playing it as like a cantrip, and they don't know it has text on it. That is certainly possible. It is certainly possible. Okay, I'm gonna say it's probably not... Yeah, alright, my opponent is now aware of that. I'm gonna move the equipment over anyways, so my opponent can't... Is this good here? Oh man, I probably should... Okay. I really think I need to kill Luris, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. How much is this to generate, too? Alright, so they can't sleeper it. I mean, they don't even have Luris to get it back anyways at this point. Yeah, when Luris dies in the Luris Commander decks, it's really difficult to come back from Luris dying. Well, Sneak Attack is one of our best cards. I guess I'll try that again. Mass Hysteria is probably horrendously bad in this matchup with this commander, but maybe not that bad. I don't have a reason to play it right now, either way, but... Alright, it's impossible for this commander to have mana drain every single time I play against it, as it always has. It's had mana drain every time I played against it. Let's get you. I don't think it matters, really. Let's get down. A land is... No. So I can play my commander, but then I can't do anything exciting after I play my commander, so I guess I'm just playing Sneak Attack. Play my commander. Alright, we're gonna play my commander. This makes me wish I kept the land a bit more, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, well now I really, really wish I kept the land. But of course I didn't. Okay. Not sure what I'm hoping for here at this point. Yeah, I guess I wanted the land. No, Hazoret hasn't done anything. Wait, what? Never have empty hand or max speed. Well, max speed is no, the new Hazoret's terrible, but this one hasn't worked yet. It hasn't worked yet. Did my opponent shock themselves? Looks like they did. I don't have the new Hazoret. I don't have the new Hazoret in this deck. Ah, I just needed the land. Oh my... Oh, I just needed the land. Are you serious? So... Just pass? Do I swing? What is swinging accomplishing? What is not swinging accomplishing? Literally nothing? Okay, I'm swinging. I mulliganed it away? What? I don't have... The 2-mana Hazoret's not in this deck. Unless it is. But I'm pretty sure it's not in this deck. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, it's not in here. These are all the 2s. It's not in here. Bloop. Alright, looks like the Boseiju had my sneak attack covered anyways. This is Inferno Titan mana, which is my last shot at winning this. Oh, right. Hold on. No, they mill me. I forgot. Keeping the land on top or not wouldn't matter. It just... They mill over the top card, so it's just random. Sword of Fire and Ice? What does that do here? What does that do? Does that do anything? Do I block it here? So if I block it, Infernal Titan doesn't have haste anymore. Probably should block this. Ah, but it's still 1. It still mills me for 1. Oh my goodness. Tragic. Okay. I do not know who gets that Ajani. I think... It says their owner's control, so I guess them. Yeah, I guess they get it. Okay, unfortunately... Oh, wait, never mind. That's not what I thought it was. So... okay. Yeah. Oh, really? It says, oh, owner's control. It says it right there on the card. Oh, well, owner's control. I even read it out loud, but in my head it came out wrong. Alright, well, thank you, opponent. I appreciate it. I don't believe the Ajani was going to change it. Oh, yes, it would have. Yeah, if they had the Ajani, they could have killed the bridge. Oh, wait, none of this matters because I didn't draw the land. Shoot. None of it matters anyways, huh? Shadow Spear, yep. I didn't draw the land. I didn't draw the land. Oh my god. So I can play this and swing with it. Is that lethal? Wait a minute, it has Menace. I got there. What? Okay, so did I? Wait. This one cares more about its commander, though, unlike the typical green enjoyers we've had. Oh no, it's assembled a team. Uh-oh. It's Demonic Tutor at home. It's funny, Demonic Tutor is a game changer. It's like a bracket 5 or whatever card, but this card is just in this format for some reason. Is not a game changer. I mean, it's a third, but still. Still kind of crazy, I feel. So, do I want another land? Not really. I think we can be ambitious. We are ambitious gamers, so I guess we'll be ambitious. Actually, I think this would have gotten a Mox. I don't think it would have gotten a land. Maybe a Mox would have been fine there, but it's like a 1 in 0 to get a Mox there. Oh no, this? I don't know what you take here. No, I have 2 haste enablers. You probably take Skittles. Wow. Alright. Just when you think you know somebody. Just when you think you know someone, chat. Just when you think you know. Alright, let's get rid of this and say greater. Because I don't expect to... Oh, hey. Yeah, it won't find the thing, 33% of the time, but it's still really, really good. They didn't get any black mana. That is a pretty good sign for us, I will say. Okay, they just played this card. That's cool. Oh, it's this one again. I keep mixing it up with the other Gitrog monster. Alright, that explains it. Alright. So we have... we have 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can go boom, boom, but my opponent doesn't die. But it's still that, right? Opponent doesn't die though. But oh man, it's so close. It's so close to killing my opponent. I have to do this. Yes. Opponent, you weren't dead. It's only 8. It's only 8, opponent. Yes. I did it. I finally did it. Oh, I did it. Should at least try there. Alright, so we have the stuff. We just don't have, like, the stuff to go with it? I don't know. What does this do? Okay. Another land? Well, unfortunately, I guess I do. Yeah, it only needs to poke me, so... yeah, they just didn't try. Interesting. Alright, well, we're going to play the best card in our deck and see what happens. That is what we're going to do. Alright, we're going to play the second best card in our deck and then see what happens. Oh, wait, no. We're going to play our commander first. Yes. Yes. Okay. Well, what do we expect here? What are we anticipating? I don't really care. Alright, well, do I swing? Yep. Okay. Land, please. One time. Thank you. We did it. Well, we did a thing. We did a thing. What is that emote? Is that a wobbling cat? That's funny. You kids and your Twitch gamerness. Alright, they're going down to 12 for this. What does this even take? I guess nothing in my hand matters, so this doesn't actually take anything at all. Cool. We got a free shock. We shocked him, chat. And we got a card out of their hand. Love it. Okay. So, I would like no removal spell. That would be pretty cool. Sneak attack is pretty nice. Am I incentivized to do this right now? I think I am, huh? Five. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's do it the right way. Okay, well, that was always going to happen pre-combat. I guess I will just play sneak attack, because now most of my deck is a problem. And we'll swing. So they take 8. They can draw off of Gix, But that is life loss, so I'm willing to do this. I am willing to do this. Do you have to do that? I mean, they're giving me sneak attack stuff. Alright, looks like they're just digging because they didn't find anything relevant. Can still look. Yeah, you might as well draw 2 here. They see quite a few cards this turn, honestly. But I don't know if there's anything they can get except split up at this point. Okay, they didn't find anything. Mans is bugging. Mans is bugging on stream in front of millions. In front of millions. Alright, let's play this. Get rid of the crap in our hand. Which is boop boop. Well, wait. Yeah. Wait. It's only 1? Oh, I thought it was 2. Okay. Why can I not? Come on. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. There we go. Maybe I am having a meltdown. Crashing out step, bro? Yeah, okay, let's... This is a Christian stream? It's a 6-mana 6/6? Alright, no. 6-mana cards are banned. Opponent did not use Delighted Halfling. It's probably the world's first attempt at doing that. Love to see it. Let's play... this. I could have played this, but I didn't. What's going on right here? Oh, really? Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. That feels like my opponent 2-for-1 themselves for no reason. And they got rid of the best card in play. Alright. You got it. But it's a green deck, so it can just do whatever it wants. It literally can't get punished. Sure. So if I draw a land, Inferno Titan with sneak attack is a lot of damage. Hey, look, it's a two-way street. None of you told me about the Verge lands, alright? You just said Verge lands. That doesn't count. Okay, let's see if we just win here. Let's get rid of you. This is probably the best game I've had with this deck. Right after our crashing out. Alright, that was an insane amount of damage. So, that's pretty cool. That's right, you read my commander. That's right, you read it. Play Rurik Thar so you can't play other cards after. This is a very strange card to see in Rurik Thar. I don't get that one. Alright, one's done. What is Ketramos blitzing for, chat? What is Ketramos blitz for here? I don't know. I have no idea. No, yeah, the black or the jeez, I can't say the words. My opponent just mulliganed really quickly. I was just wondering. They went down to like 4. Or no, they went down to 5. That Gear Hulk didn't do anything. We were playing it, it did not do anything at all. Alright, let's play... What is this? Bloodstained Mire? Sure. Alright, surely we actually get to swing with a Legion Warbad. Surely that's a thing we can do, right? I'm so certain of it. I'm absolutely positive that is a thing I can do. No, silly me. Do I play my commander? Probably. Sweet, it actually worked. But now I don't have anything, so... Not sure what to do from here. If I played Skrell first? Yeah, I guess. So... This is not Ketramos, it's just drawing a card. Okay. Yeah. Sanctum of All is usually the card that I have an issue trying to, like, overcome. I guess I'm putting this on black? Sure. I don't think it matters. I think my colors are fine here. It's just, like, the only thing we've played against today. Yep, whatever. That's weird. They let me discover 2 instead of 3, getting rid of a mana source to do such. That's a little crazy to me. That actually seems absolutely insane. I feel like I would just block all out to stop the trample, or just not block at all. Okay. Sanctum's beatable? I don't think Sanctum's beatable. I don't think Sanctum's beatable. I'm against what I'm, like, my deck specifically. I mean, you can beat the card, but so many instances where I'm not actually pushing a bunch of damage. If that's because of my list, so be it, but I have looked at plenty of cards, and it has not been working too... Oh, shoot. I meant to click Mulligan. Whoops. I meant to click Mulligan. That's my bad. I got caught up talking. I wanted to Mulligan this. Maybe we'll get bailed out. I don't know. Alright, well, we did find the black source, so I guess we sort of got bailed out. Kind of. Also, I probably could have swung first. But that's what real players do. Not these tricksters, these jokesters. Call themselves streamers. Well, it's kind of awkward to play this, but I am going to do that. Because I want to. Alright, don't block with a rat, please. Ah, oh, tragic. Opponent's on to me. Opponent's on to me. Alright, well, here we go yet again. A green deck with other colors that don't matter. For what I think is the 6th time in a row. I mean, I gave him a black permanent at least. Can say we did that. I wonder if my opponent has a removal spell. I wonder. How much you want to bet? Do I swing first? I think I do. I'm not casting my commander right now, so... Yeah. I don't think I'm eating the rat. Oh, I should probably eat the rat, though. Yeah. Of course I should eat the rat. What am I talking about? I could have played my commander first, but I think I want to play an evasive threat here for a lot of different reasons, so I'm going to do that. This feels reasonable to me. Okay, well, there was the removal spell. I could have played my commander, it would have hit them, but I would have to then survive some kind of nonsense after that happening. Their commander also taps all my threats down, so it's not like this is all that useful outside of, like, what would have been that turn. essentially, because they all enter tapped, right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, green is the best color. I just thoroughly enjoy complaining about it. Alright, so I can do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's essentially a 2-turn clock. Or I can do 10, 11, 12, 13. No, it's a 2-turn clock either way. So I should probably just play the slower of the two things to do. This is actually kind of hard. Yeah, alright, so nothing matters. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Because nothing else matters. This is a... deals... No, that doesn't really work. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Play this. And swing. With you and you. Eat the random goblin. That doesn't matter. Play the boots. That also does not matter. And my opponent has to survive Tessa. So this is why I played Tessa. So I had something that got around stuff. Opponent has no help on the top of the deck and drew nothing relevant. So it's basically these two. They can draw a card with this, but we know what it is. It doesn't help. Alright, it's one less card. They might have wanted to seek with the Seek land first. It doesn't shuffle your deck, though, so you'll still draw the Felidar Retreat. So it's down to that last card. You scooped a Provisioner? I mean, I don't blame you, but I kind of want to play games. I mean, it would be 6 games in a row I scooped to the... Just concede to the, like, the... whatever. Alright, so 5. Alright, we did it. Yep, look at that. Look at that. The mono green deck. Green, 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 green with a removal spell. Did not get there. That is 6 or 7 mono green decks in a row. What could I have done differently? Yeah, so the removal spell was obvious. I did have the Skrelv, and because I did what I did, I had less damage that turn. But Tessa is an investment that pushes more damage later. Wait, this is Linvala? Oh, it's that Linvala. Alright, Snapdax, I think you gotta go. Sorry, buddy. I don't have to play Skrelv on 1. I could have played Skrelv on 1, but I didn't. Ooh, we're countering a Mana Rock. Hello. Love to see this. Unless it's Mana Drain, then I guess I just concede. Then I guess we just concede. No, it's not. Yeah, every white player just plays sweepers, even if it's detrimental. Sometimes, like, Farewell can make sense, I would argue. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Alright, can my opponent beat Tessa if I play it right now? I don't know. I'm sure they know. I don't know. Can they beat the infinite token blockers that are only blocking as 1/1s? I should probably read this. Okay, I guess. This is a pretty honest strategy. I like it. Blue-white flyers. It's always been kind of cool to me. Especially when I can actually have the game, like, take place and not just lose to, Mana Drain. They have a wizard in the... No, okay, so they don't have a full party. It's just an arrest, right? That's all it is. It's just an arrest. It's not like the full party is breaking the game or anything. It's not too crazy. Alright, so what do? I probably cast Flage, but I will swing with the token first. Oh, I can swing with this. Is that what I want to do? I feel like that's fine. They double block. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. By all means. Yeah, by all means. What? Okay, well. Yeah, that's, yep. Opponent, that is an oops. 6 ways to Sunday, my friend. 6 ways to Sunday. I'm not playing Skrelv. I think it's too late. We were just talking about how all white players play sweepers in their creature decks, so let's just not play Skrelv. Alright, now I can probably play Skrelv and not feel like I'm going to get hit by a sweeper. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think you want to blow up one of these at this point. Oh, it is a cleric. Alright, well that's a cool card. We like that, but we like this too. I like that as well. We're gonna go ahead and swing. Yeah. And then we're gonna poke the Watcher for 1 here. Look at that, everything worked out. Everything worked out. Skrelv coming in with the old gut shot. Terror of the Peaks is also, like, uh-oh damage, so they have to really do something here about it. They're mousing over it, so I assume they will. Alright. Not really what I wanted to see, honestly. It doesn't look like it's about to do anything redonkulonk. Alright, Flage. Time to get that out of the way. 6 to face is great, but, like... They did not sack their commander just now to stop that. Kind of interesting. They say oops again. Are they throwing? What's happening? Is opponent like Omega throw? I don't know. Would I have like been in trouble if they protected it? I feel like not, because you'd have to like recast this, and that's not very scary. So I don't think I would be really concerned if they protected the Terror of the Peaks there. Okay, how does this read? So I can get a Flage, but then I can't ever get another Flage. So not the greatest. So I can make my commander unblockable. It's a 2-turn clock. There's nothing else going on. Should probably do that. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna name Wait, let's play this first so I don't have to think. Let's name White, in case there's nonsense. Oh, they're just dead. Oh. Nice. Cool. So not playing Skrelv was kind of funny, but I guess it paid off because it gut shot at something later, which I don't think I had to do, but those 2 cards are probably... Yeah, so I would have ran these 2 cards, Nahiri's Resolve and Ilarg, if I owned them. I could have swore I owned this card, but I guess I didn't. But yeah, these 2 cards are... I mean, they're at 5 mana, right? So, oh, after your commander... It's like, after you play your commander, then you play your haste enabler, and then you play... Like, it's... I don't know. We were saying earlier that cards like... Or at least I was saying earlier. It's weird that Wizards decided to, for a token strategy, give the token strategy... I said this in the end of the video of this commander, but I'll say it again here anyways, because I think it's relevant. This is a token enabler. It creates tokens, right, itself. It buffs your board, so it grows your tokens into scary threats, also makes them flying. And it has removal tacked on. So, like, it is all of the token things you want in one package. You know, instead of like your commander only doubling tokens, so you have to play things that make tokens. Like, no, this also makes the tokens. So this just does everything you want in tokens, all in one card, and that is pretty valuable. And then you have a card like this in the same set, right? In the same set, not everything has to be a winner, not everything has to be a hit, but it's weird that this doesn't in any way give you haste for other cards. So you have to find a way to give your other creatures haste, or they already have to be hasting creatures, right? And you could say, okay, well, they want the creatures with haste to be kind of the main thing you're doing, so this isn't just turning on like 5-minute 10/10s or something. Like, oh, your Gigantosaur equivalent is now swinging on the turn after you played this or whatever. But I don't really get that because Xenagos exists, and Xenagos is this, but even more evasive because Xenagos isn't a creature, right? Or I mean, usually, sometimes. If he is, he's indestructible. So, and it's in green, right? It's green and red. Red's all the haste stuff and whatnot anyways, but most importantly, Xenagos is arguably in the better colors than this is, right? I mean, it's not even arguable in this format. In this format, Xenagos is objectively in the better colors, but, you know, maybe in normal EDH, who knows? But here it's like... So I don't really understand why a card like Xenagos enables your haste threats and also comes with the double damage, right? So it's weird that this card doesn't do that to me. It doesn't do it at all, and it just sort of sits there as a 4/5. Now, it can do 8 damage if you had haste before you played it with one of your cards that does that. Like Mass Hysteria or one of the other 3-mana ones. There's a couple of them. So you could have had one of those and then this, but, you know, Xenagos skips all of that setup and just instead casts really good ramp spells like Mana Dork, Rampant Growth, whatever. Play Xenagos, ignore whatever your opponent's doing, and then just start casting 5, 6, 7 mana anythings, and then they just like are all a problem for your opponent, right? This needs a mountain of setup. This means, to me, it needs so much setup that like I didn't really want to play 55 removal spells, so the green matchups felt horrible, right? I had like a wave of 7 green matchups. I mean, it wasn't mono green, but it might as well have been, of just like mana dorks and stuff, where if I had like cut down, fatal push, I added lightning bolt later. Sword, I did have swords. If I just had, you know, all the stuff to answer the 1-drop, so the game can actually, we can have a game. It's not like, you know, they're on the play with a 1-drop, it goes back to them, they play cultivate, and then you just lose, right? There's things you can do about that, but then it just really gets in the way of what you're trying to do with your command zone. So because Xenagos exists, you can't play this, right? If you want to play this, just play Xenagos instead. You'll just have leagues more success. If Xenagos is a higher bracket, which maybe it is, then by all means you could play this, you know, go for it. But even still, this, it's just, it doesn't help you with the haste thing. In fact, there's a lot of times where when you're, like, let's say this dies, and you had a thing that was giving your creatures haste in play, like Enduring Courage or whatever, and your threats are still pretty scary without double damage. Just cards that, like, quote-unquote shouldn't have haste, don't have haste tacked onto them normally. I mean, like, Ilarg actually is a pretty good example. It's just scary as a 6/6. You know, swinging with 12 damage is great and all, but, you know, just giving it haste in general is very good. So this is a card well, Xenagos is going to play it anyways because it's huge. I got to stop bringing up Xenagos. You don't even need your commander if what you're trying to do is turn on creatures that don't have haste into giant scary hasting threats. because that doesn't need that much support. You don't need to hit your opponent that many times with something like this. It cuts the amount of attacks down, right? So there's a lot of people that might want to really go out of the way to kill this right when you cast it, assuming the next turn is a giant scary threat. But usually without a haste enabler, the most damage you're really going to see is like 8. Oh, I guess 12 if you can count the 4 that this does. So like Glorybringer, Goldspan Dragon, they just have haste. You just fly in for 8 damage. Oh, that's great. Or again, maybe 12 if this is still alive, which it would have to be. If this was going to do 8 in the first place, this would have to have stayed alive. So like, yeah, you can smack your opponent, but unless you have like another haste threat after that, the next attack is only 8 damage, right? So what do we got? 16 plus 8, that's only 24, right? That's 1 off lethal. So it's just kind of awkward. Now, I mean, you can have Teamer Battle Rage in your hand or Lightning Bolt and finish the job. It's not like your opponent's going to have a decent time of it stabilizing at 1 in that exact scenario I just provided, assuming you didn't do anything turns 1 through 3 that didn't involve damage or whatever. So it just doesn't work, in my opinion. Like, there's an argument that there's plenty of people that I played against that could have maybe not killed this right out the gate when I played it, and just killed the cards I tried to haste into play instead, and sort of just took their 4 damage medicine every turn, and just stopped the other giant damage dealing threats, and just ignored this. Or maybe it makes sense to kill this and then just sort of eat your medicine with the other things that could happen, especially if I don't have a haste enabler, so they just have to be honest haste threats, like Shatter Skull Charger. So I don't, it just doesn't work. Flage going right upstairs is great. I actually missed lethal. There were 2 notable games I missed lethal because I wasn't thinking about just not hosing my opponent's board in sending the Flage, the Overlord, and the Inferno Titan upstairs immediately. And I think there were 2 games I could have like sent it over the edge, just right upstairs, and would have won. But I was just like, oh, let me just do the blue-white control thing that my core brain can't remove from itself, and just control the board by killing my opponent's creatures, haha, and then proceed to lose because I didn't send it upstairs. So that's something to definitely think about, right? You definitely want to put this upstairs. I don't normally do this, but this was one of them. I went in and edited this deck a lot as we played because I just didn't really start off too well, and I think it did get better. I mean, one of the notable things is for the quadrillionth time, the Verge lands elude my brain. They're just not in there. They just elude me. But I think I made the deck better as we went along. As you can see, there's a lot of red in it. And actually, it's not even really that much black. I probably could have maybe taken out even more swamps than I did. Maybe 3 was just, like, too much. Is there even a double black card? Oh, there is Skittles, yeah. We almost one-shot someone with Skittles. I mean, they conceded when I swung, so I guess that counts. But yeah, it doesn't really... It's just one of those commanders that demands a fair amount of setup. And because of that, usually those commanders would then need a game plan from the main deck that doesn't need the setup or is doing something that's very scary in the meantime. And we're not really doing that, right? Like, we're green, right? We played against, like, jank mono green commanders, but mono green doesn't need a commander. It just doesn't. So, like, that's a good example of my opponent having a strategy in the command zone, but they don't have to actually go for it, right? Even if your deck is, like, if that strategy, which actually one of them did, I think it was 6, someone was playing 6, the 3-mana 2/4. It's like, you do need a little bit of setup to get 6 to actually do anything. So, now 6 itself sort of sets itself up, which you could say more than that this does. But you have a game plan in the main deck that helps you do this setup while also being extremely, oppressive for your opponent because you're just ramping, right? In that specific example, that oppressive thing is ramping, playing 2 lands a turn the entire game, right? So you have this other thing you're doing that's a problem in the meantime, and this doesn't really do that. I'm sure there's a way, if I cut maybe like half, if actually basically all of everything in the deck that costs more than 3, you could sort of set it up so you can well, no, you definitely want some of these forests. Okay, let's say 5 and up. You could probably play 3-drop beatdown nonsense, but I don't know. I mean, I don't really want to do that. And there are better commanders that do that. There are way better commanders that do that. When I actually get back to what I was saying, looking up lists, which I don't normally do, but looking up like EDH rec or whatever to see the most commonly played cards in a commander, this felt like one where it wasn't working, started looking stuff up, right? Annam Pakal and Adele, yes, Adele, Adeline are heavily played in this commander. Now, the tokens care about this commander, right? That's great and all, but those cards are just so good when they're left alone. They just win the game on their own, basically. And it's like Ragavan, where you play it and it's like, oh, they didn't answer it, I just win. You know, it doesn't feel like I'm making a deck that is doing what this wants to do, and then I just feel like I've done whatever I just did to win the game 50,000 times, like hit my opponent with Ragavan, they conceded. So I kind of avoid those types of cards, and this is one of the decks that struggles, so it kind of needs those Ragavan scam side plans that, like, you know, you just call, you know, you call her up when you know you got in an argument with a wife, you know, it's that kind of card. You just gotta you gotta put it in there. You just gotta put it in there, because if you don't, you know, your main plan is so it's a hard strategy to really get to work, at least on Magic Arena and Historic. I'm sure regular EDH, I mean, just looking at the website, there's just cards you don't have access to that would definitely help here. But then again, that's multiplayer with 4 or 3 opponents. You know, it's a little bit different, right? The decks you can play against are categorically different as well, so it's going to look different. But in a 1v1 format, in this exact, you know, the cards accessible to Historic, it's just not. I can't really recommend this one, which I guess I was overdue saying, because so far I've been pretty satisfied with the commanders in this set. It's just this one, not so much. You have to like play Mardu removal, grindy 3-drops, and then have haste things later or something like that to really get this off the ground. Mass Hysteria did not need to be in here. I did craft it for this. I wanted to take it out, but I crafted it for this, so I refused to take it out. I cracked my last rare wild card. It's like, I'm sending it. I just couldn't take it out after that. This, you don't have to play it if you don't have anything to do, and then, you know, oh, 1 minute haste, haha. You know, you can play it on the turn, everything's about to happen. There's plenty of opponents where they don't utilize the Mass Hysteria, right? So it is what it is. But there's Expedite. There's other cards that do something similar, so don't really need that one. But, you know, I say these are really good here, but they are 5 mana. You don't really have to go crazy with the 5-drop. I didn't even really like this card. I mean, it was in here. Never played it before. Thought I'd try it. I ended up taking out Snap Dax. I think all the Mutate cards are really cool, and that one's cool, but just, it's not Teamer Battle Rage, so, you know, it's not whatever the other one is, Critical Hit or whatever. So, yeah, I can't really recommend this commander, at least in the iterations that I had tried to get it to function at its best capacity. So, let me know what you thought about this commander. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.